How is it going, everybody? This is Little D, and today I'm coming to you with the pure Burning Abyss deck profile of the deck that was used by Anthrosaurus at our previous duel video. So, this deck is really fun to play and really annoying to face. It can establish some very good boards with Beatrice in here, which by the way looks amazing. This is one of the best arts in the entire game. So, although you can easily say that there are better builds of this archetype like PK Fire, which are overall more consistent and meta-like for this than this deck, but this is more budget friendly, since all of the Burning Abyss cards, including Beatrice, were printed in the last Premium Gold 3 that was released about 2 months ago. So you can make you can take the skeleton of this deck, full extra deck, and all of the Burning Abyss for £40 or something like that, and it's an overall good deck to spend your money on. So without any further ado, let's get started with the deck profile. So for the first monster, we have the one copy of Graff. He's one of the most important Burning Abyss monsters. When he's sent to the graveyard, he special summons another Burning Abyss monster from your deck. Now keep in mind that the one thing you must always have in mind when playing this deck is that every Burning Abyss monster can use one of its two effects per turn. One is the one that allows them to summon themselves from your hand, and the one that is pretty much a single effect for its name. And you cannot use both effects per turn, so you must, if you for example want to use the effect of Graff, you must normal summon it and special summon another Burning Abyss that will stay as a material. So that's really important. That's not only for Graff, that's for every monster in this deck. That had to be pointed out. So, one copy of Graff, we would play more, but it's currently limited. Same thing with Seer. When he's sent to the graveyard, you can revive another Burning Abyss monster from your graveyard. This can also be Dante, so this is pretty much the better play. Seer revives Dante, Dante returns Seer to the hand, and that's pretty much an infinite loop if you play that correctly. And there's a reason these cards are on the ban list now, and you must play them, it's obvious. We have 3 copies of Scarm, your searcher card. At the end phase, if it is sent to the graveyard, you can search one level 3 Dark Fiend type monster, which can be Tour Guide from the Underworld, and that's pretty much the reason why Tour Guide is currently limited, and there's no real reason not playing this guy at 3. Same thing goes with Farfa. This is one of your best targets with Beatrice to send directly from the deck to the graveyard, since you can target a monster your opponent controls and banish it until the end of the turn. So it doesn't have to be phase up, but you must still target it, so it can help you go over some problematic monsters. We have the 2 Libic. When he is sent to the graveyard, you special summon another Burning Abyss from your hand with its effects negated, which is really important because not only you can activate the effect of the monster that you summoned, since that is not summoned by its own effect, but the part of the effect that summons the monster with the effects negated is also pretty important, because all of your Burning Abyss will self-destruct if you happen to control another monster other than Burning Abyss. So keep in mind that Beatrice is not a Burning Abyss card, so you can get rid of the self-destruction effect with his effect. We have 2 copies of Rubic, our basic tuner monster. Actually it's the only one in here. And I also like the fact that you never think about special summoning him from the hand, because he has no other effect than the one that allows him to summon himself. So if you have something else and Rubic, you always normal summon the other monster and special summon Rubic. You don't care about what happens next. And Virgil is also an amazing card. For the other targets for Beatrice, we have 1 copy of Calcab and 1 copy of Alic. Each is very unique in the deck. He allows you to target a set card on the field and return it to the hand, which is very nice using during the end phase. If your opponent sets a card, you just bounce it. And Alic targets a face-up card on the field and negates its effects until the end phase. So they're both really useful, but there's no reason playing more than one. And for the last Burning Abyss monster, we have the one Barbar. Just for the burn effect, you can easily finish off your opponent if he goes under 2k life points with this card, because there's a certain loop with Seer. You just summon Seer with Beatrice on the field. Seer pops himself, so he can revive Barbar. Barbar also pops himself, and he's sent to the graveyard that way. You banish 3 more Burning Abyss, and you win the duel from that. For the other monsters, we have 3 copies of Fiendish Rhino Warrior, Malbranche of the Burning Abyss. Oh, I'm just kidding, this card is just named Fiendish Rhino Warrior, but it's pretty obviously made for this deck alone, since when it is sent to the graveyard, you can mill another Fiend type monster. Pretty much speeds up the deck very much. And he also protects all of your other Fiend type monsters from distraction, from battle and card effects. So if you have him on the field, all of your other Burning Abyss monsters won't self-destruct, and that's really important. So you have to play 3 of this guy. We also have the one tour guide. As I said before, this deck made this card currently limited. You just normal summon this guy. This guy. That's not a guy. Pretty obviously, that's a girl. You summon her and you special summon another level 3 Fiend type monster from your graveyard, which can be any of the other monsters I showed you previously. And that monster has its effect negated, so again, if it's a Burning Abyss monster, it won't self-destruct. So you can search it with Scarm, and it's very good. And lastly, 2 copies of Maxx. It's the most suitable hand trap for this deck, and pretty meta-defying as well. For the spells, we have 1 copy of Foolish Burial. You can realize the importance of this card in this deck. You just mill any monster you want to the graveyard, instantly gaining the effects. If you could play this card at, let's say, 5 copies in this deck, you would do so. We also have 2 copies of Allure of Darkness. Your entire deck, other than Maxx and Fiendish Rhino Warrior, are dark, so you can really utilize this draw ability. And if you think about it, Burning Abyss don't have another draw card other than Maxx, which is generic, so I believe it's a good addition. We have 1 copy of Astral Force. That's here simply for the fact that Dante is a rank 3 light warrior type monster, so that's the same type and attribute with a rank 5 Constellar Pleiades. So you can just make Pleiades out of a dead Dante with no materials, and we all know that play this is a very useful card. Also, if you happen to mill this, you can return it to your hand instead of conductor your draw phase. So, since we mill a lot, it's a nice card in here. We have a double twin twisters, pretty obviously the best distraction card for this deck, since you pretty much go plus with it. You always get the effect from the distraction unless you are bricked somehow, and you could easily run a third twin twister if you have it. And lastly, the one Raigeki, as we said before, pretty broken card. Moving on to the traps, we have 3 copies of the Traveler of the Burning Abyss. You just revive any number of Burning Abyss monsters that were sent to your graveyard this turn. So if you say one play that I really like with this card is the fact that you can let's say whenever your board gets cleared, let's say just a Dante with one material gets cleared, you get all the pluses from Dante the material, and then you pretty much revive all of your field. That's pretty broken if you ask me. And that also works really well with this card, which is Fiery Lake of Burning Abyss. If you control 2 or more Burning Abyss, face up Burning Abyss monsters, you destroy them and 3 cards your opponent controls. So you pretty much this card is a pure plus for this deck. It's not plus on its own, it's actually a neutron card, it's plus 0. But considering the effects you can gain and the fact that Traveler can revive the 2 monsters sent or 3 monsters sent if you pop a Dante, that's really good. We have 2 copies of Horn of Heaven. Negating summons is one of the best things nowadays, and you actually, once again, don't go minus with this card, because it's not a bad thing to tribute a monster in this deck, because you will pretty much 95% of the times you will get an effect or effects out of the card you tributed. So you must play at least 2 Horn of Heavens. We're also playing the one copy of Breakthrough Skill. I like the fact that if this card is milled, you can pretty much use it later. So it's a good card in this deck. We also have the one Torrential Tribute. We don't care about our field getting blown, because we pretty much gain a lot of effects or revive our entire board back. So it's very good. I prefer it over, let's say, Dark Hole. And for the last traps, we have the one copy of Solemn Warning and the one copy of Chaos Trap Hole. Now, more summoning negations. Obviously, I don't have Solemn Strike. If you happen to have Solemn Strike, you can take out this Chaos Trap Hole as well as, let's say, the Breakthrough Skill and use at least two of your Solemn Strikes. But I really like the fact that these 2 cards are available and very, very good in every format. Immune to the power creep. Moving on to the extra deck. That's it for the main deck actually. It's exactly 40 cards. We have 2 copies of Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal. It's pretty much the best card in the deck. Pretty good attack and defense. So once per turn, except during the turn you have summoned it out of Dante, because you can, if you have a Dante, you discard a Burning Abyss monster you control and make her out of Dante, but you cannot use this effect that turn, which is you just touch a material and mill any card from your deck to the graveyard, which can be a monster, it can be a spell, it can be a trap. You can mill anything. Once I milled Astral Force with this, which is just unique. Also, when this card is destroyed by the effect of an opponent's monster, by the effect of an opponent's card, or by battle, you pretty much special summon your fusion Burning Abyss monster, which is also a very good card. We'll get to that later. So I believe 3 Beatrice is a lot, so 2 is the ideal number. We have no less than 3 copies of Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss, our ace card. You just summon him and mill 3 cards as a cost, and it's always the first card that gets your combo started. Also, when any time per turn, you can use his effect multiple times per turn, which he's the only Burning Abyss card that can do that. When he's sent to the graveyard, you return another Burning Abyss card from the graveyard to your hand. Actually, let me think. Indeed, it's a trap card. So if you have 2 Dantes, you can return the one with the other, so you never run out of Dantes, and you can return a trap card if you so wish. So the triple Dante. Next, we have 1 copy of Equipped Engineer. This is pretty much to make in some situations that you want to stall your opponent, and I mean, this guy makes one of your monsters indestructible. You can use this late game with Beatrice or the fusion guy, so you have to include it, in my opinion. We also have 1 copy of Mizurhythm, the String Djinn. Now, if you don't know, this guy has 1500 original attack, and he can detach on excess material to make his attack 3k until the end phase. I like this card a lot better than Acid Golem, because Acid Golem has a pretty big burden for you, and you want that for OTKing your opponent. So if your opponent survives after the attacks, there's something wrong, and you would be in a difficult situation with Acid Golem. We also have the one number 47 Nightmare Shark. If your opponent is below 2k life points, you make him and attack directly. That's just for ending games. And for our last rank 3, we have the one Super Quantal Mech Beast Krampus. This is a 2800 defense. You can make with any materials, and you just detach one material to pop a back row, any spell and trap card actually, it could be a scale, and you can get over some problematic cards, so I really like this card. We also have the 1 copy of number Future 0 Utopic Future. You can make this with 2 of your Dantes, and pretty good against Cosmos in this format, and in some other things in general. Pretty good card overall, and it's nice having this option. And for our last exes, you have the 1 copy of Corsair Pleiades. You just make him with Astral Force, and you know the drill. And for our only Synchro Monster, we have 2 copies of Virgil. This guy is a really useful card. It allows you to discard a Burning Abyss monster, actually, I believe, or Burning Abyss card. I'm not sure about that. Actually, it's a Burning Abyss card. You can always discard your trap cards if you don't like them. And he targets a card and shuffles it into the deck, which is very, very good, considering the fact that you get yourself a pure plus, since the card you will discard will activate an effect most of the times, and when he is destroyed, you draw 1 card, which is very nice. And for our last monster, we have 2 copies of Dante, Pilgrim of the Burning Abyss. You can only make him with Beatrice, and since we're playing 2 copies of Beatrice, we're playing 2 copies of Pilgrim. 2800 attack monster. He has a unique effect that allows you to, during either player's turn, once per turn, you can discard any card, I believe, from your hand. Let me see. No, you can send one Burning Abyss card from your hand to the graveyard to draw one card. So that's also a +1, since you will get the effect later. And when he's destroyed by any means on the field, you can send one card from the field to the graveyard, which is amazing. Actually, it's a random. I'm terribly sorry. It's a random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. So if your opponent has a hand, they lose one card from there. So that's it for today's deck profile. I hope you enjoyed this, and please be sure to tell me your opinion about this pure version of Burning Abyss down in the comments below, as well as tell me your opinions for another video. Tell me what archetype you like most, and I will try to do a deck profile for you. Also, stay tuned for future videos by subscribing to my channel. And as always, this is Little D signing out.